Hey everyone, welcome to Alpha Insights. I'm Lucy, and we're glad you're tuning in. And hey, if you have questions while you're listening, drop them at stockalpha.ai.
And I'm Mark. Good to be here. We've got a legal update around Poet Technologies that traders and shareholders should know about.
Right, quick setup. A plaintiff's law firm put out a reminder for Poet shareholders to consider joining a securities class action, and there's a filing cutoff at the end of June. That deadline is the headline driver here. So the real question here is what that late June deadline actually means for people with positions in Poet Technologies.
Exactly. On a basic level, the deadline sets a window for eligible investors to preserve any potential recovery rights. Miss that window, and you could lose the ability to join the case later.
Which, for folks who think they suffered losses, is a big practical point. The law firm even named a lead partner as a contact, signaling that they're actively building the case.
Right, and that usually means filings or motions could come up pretty quickly around the deadline. So the stock can see news-driven volume.
Let's unpack the market implications. First, deadline risk. That late June cutoff creates a deadline-driven timeline for anyone tracking potential recoveries or wanting to join the litigation.
And then there's litigation exposure. Lawsuits add legal costs and create uncertainty around future earnings, which can pressure valuation multiples over time.
Yeah, honestly, I was a bit surprised by how often legal noise ends up moving smaller cap names. The uncertainty hits sentiment fast.
Totally. Analysts will rerun models to include litigation scenarios, upside, downside, and sensitivity cases, which is where those flashy percentage figures you see in filings come in.
For context, some of the figures floating around are roughly 504.5%, about 146%, and about 7%. Numbers people use to stress test outcomes.
Those are extreme scenarios, and they help analysts map recovery ranges. But it's important to remember, those are modeling inputs, not probabilities.
Exactly. Data suggests you should treat these as sensitivity checks. They show how results could swing if certain assumptions hold, but they don't predict a specific outcome.
Quick reactions. Right.
What should investors actually be watching? Monitor court filings and any company disclosures about the litigation. Those are the primary triggers for share moves or spikes in volume.
And be mindful of timing. Legal outcomes typically take months, sometimes longer, so most people shouldn't treat the case as a short-term catalyst.
That's an important point for position sizing. Analysts note that potential recoveries can be delayed, and the legal process itself can change projected recoveries materially.
So for existing holders or recent buyers who think they lost money, getting in touch with counsel before that end of June window closes preserves options. But, and this is key, that's a legal step, not investing advice.
I mean, when you look at the data and timelines, this is as much about paperwork and process as it is about the stock price.
Which, funnily enough, is the part nobody likes, all the legal filings and procedural deadlines.
Short version, the late June filing reminder matters most to Poet shareholders who believe they suffered losses, and to traders who might watch for volatility tied to filings and announcements.
And remember, analysts suggest factoring litigation risk into valuation and position sizing, rather than assuming a quick payoff. This is often a slow, drag-on-the-story kind of event.
All right, let's wrap. Key takeaways?
1. There's a late June deadline to preserve rights for eligible POET shareholders.
2. The litigation can increase costs and create earnings uncertainty, which analysts will fold into valuations and could pressure multiples.
3. Monitor court filings and company disclosures. And remember, legal outcomes can take months. Factor that into your risk sizing.
Great. And quick reminder, we can't give personalized investment advice here, and we're not recommending any action on Poet. This is informational. Analysts note possibilities and timing, not certainties.
Got questions? We'd love to hear from you. Head over to stockalpha.ai where you can ask us anything and we'll answer live. And while you're there, check out more market content.